Hello everyone, my name is Michelle and today I have a hamstring stretch yoga practice for you. So our main intention will be getting into the hamstrings, creating some additional flexibility and just working through any tightness you may have in that area, as well as targeting the low back and hips. All of our poses will be either sitting or laying down, and we'll be using a strap today. So if you have a yoga strap or a belt or a long scarf, that would work great as well. All right, coming into our first pose, which will be a wide-legged pose here, stretching right away into the hamstrings. And I want you to feel for like rocking your pelvic floor and the hips side to side. Feel the sit bones really having space to root down into your mat, into the earth. And then we're going to bring some activation into the legs. So flexing the feet, press down through the thigh bones. Take an inhale, lengthen, lift up out of your low back, and then walking yourself forward into a forward fold here. Being mindful not to let the feet or the knees roll inward. So trying to keep them up facing the ceiling or the sky. And then letting the head be heavy. And now deactivate the legs. So we were pressing them down. I want you to let that go now, letting the muscles relax and soften. Breathing in and out through the nose. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Breathe into the low belly, the low back. And then sending the breath down even further down the body. So into the hips. And down even further into the hamstrings. And maybe you come into your fold a little deeper here. Always just meeting the body where it's at. Never forcing or pushing, especially in the hamstrings. Taking one more breath here. Bringing your upper body back up. And now turning towards that right leg. The hands are framing that right leg, and we're going to walk into a fold here. So intentionally trying to bring the nose towards the knee, pressing down through the sit bones. Again, be mindful that the knees don't roll in, especially on that left leg, keeping the toes and the knees up. And getting a stretch into that left side, low back, as well as still into the hamstrings. Soften through the shoulders. Maybe you're able to bring your forearms to the mat. Breathing slowly, deeply through the nose. One more breath here. And then from here, we're just going to walk ourselves over to that left leg and frame the left leg. And taking a full breath into that right side low back. Open mouth exhale. Bringing yourself back into a forward fold center. Gracie, and then bringing the upper body all the way up. Let's take a pause here. Reactivate the legs, flex the feet, press through the thigh bones, lift up nice and tall, lifting up out of the low back. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Opening the eyes. Let's bring the legs forward. And now bring that left knee up and left sole of the foot to that right inner thigh. Readjust your foundation here through the sit bones, through the hips. Bring a flex into that right foot. Take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall, and then walking yourself into a fold here. Just a different sensation into that right hamstring. Always reaching forward to lift up out of the low back, and then let those hips and sit bones be really heavy to your mat. Let's release the flex in both the right and the left foot. Notice if your left foot automatically went into activation. Slide the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. And taking one more breath here. And coming up out of this fold, we're going to take a twist over to the left. So just bringing the arms around, right hand to that left knee, left hand back behind you. And now flex through that right foot and lengthen the leg forward. Just reaching here as you gently open up into your twist. And then coming out of your twist. And now we're going to come into half shoelace. So you're going to bring that left knee over that right knee as much as possible. Bring the hands out in front of you. Flex through that right foot. Inhale, lengthen, lift up out of your low back. And bringing yourself forward. Very different sensation here through the hamstring. You may be feeling this more so behind the back of the knee. Relax the shoulders. Relax the flex through the feet. Breathing into the belly to the low back. Let's take a big breath here. Big inhale through the nose, filling up the belly, filling up the back. Open mouth, exhale. Coming up out of this fold, release that left leg. Just give the legs a shake. And making our way to the other side. So right sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Rooting down through the sit bones. Take an inhale, lengthen, flex that left foot. Exhale, bringing yourself into your fold here. Always lifting up out of the low back. Once you find your edge where you're feeling a good stretch, not in any pain, not forcing anything, just really feeling a good deep stretch into that left hamstring or maybe out of the low back. Pause here. We're going to be still here and just breathe here. Release the flex through the feet, through the legs. Let your head be heavy. Breathing into the area where you feel this the most. One more breath here. And coming up out of this fold, right into your twist over to the right, left hand, right knee, right hand back behind you. Flex through that left foot, lengthen through that leg, reaching up out of the crown of your head and gently opening up into your twist. Coming out of the twist right into your half shoelace. So bringing that right knee over the left as best as you can. Flex through that left foot. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale, coming into your fold. This side may feel very different from the other side. So again, always just meeting the body where it's at, not trying to make it feel like the other side. Relax the flex. Reaching through the chest, through the heart, forward. One more breath, belly and back. Coming out of this, send that right leg forward. Give the legs a wiggle and a shake. From here, we're going to make our way onto our backs. Have your strap handy with you or your belt. Just lower yourself on down. And let's unravel the strap. Good. And we're going to start with the right leg. So bringing your strap right in the middle of it at the ball of the foot, and then extend that leg all the way up. Slide your hands all the way down so that your biceps are to the mat, and then give a flex into that right foot, toes towards you. And now gently guiding that right leg closer to you without forcing anything. We're going to take about 7 breaths here. And each time you exhale, maybe you're able to just bring the leg a little closer towards you. Doing your best to straighten the leg, but if you need to have a bend through the knee, that's perfectly fine. You don't want to hyperextend or lock the knee. And then give a little check-in with the upper body and your neck. So we want the shoulders rooted and planted to the mat, and then making sure that your chin isn't up really high, not compromising through the neck. So tucking the chin in as you relax the head down. One more breath here. And then bringing the straps together, right hand's going to come closer up towards that foot, and then you're going to let that right leg just fall out to the side. Now, I don't want you rolling all the way over and having that left hip come off of the floor. So we want that left hip staying planted to the mat, just opening up through that right leg. That left knee may want to open up just a bit. And then your left hand can just rest on your belly. Flex through that right foot, send the toes towards you, reaching and extending, sending the heel out. One more breath here. And then assisting that leg up. And then we're going to switch hands. So left hand's going to hold on to both straps up as high as you can towards the foot. And now we're going to stretch the IT band and still into the hamstring. So you're going to let that right leg fall to the left just a bit. So we want to, again, keep ourselves rooted and planted down through the low back. And you're basically kind of just crossing that right thigh over the left thigh. The left knee can come in to the right just a bit. And then flex through that right foot. Very deep stretch here. One more breath. Bringing your right leg back to center. Bend the right knee, release your strap, and we're going to come into half happy baby. So that right knee is going to come over towards that right armpit, holding on to the outer edge of your foot or to the back of the thigh. Pressing that right knee to the floor, flex that right foot. Feeling this in the hamstring and the glute. And now extending that right leg out to the side. Maybe still holding on to the outer edge of the foot or to the calf. Flex through the foot. Let's take one more breath here. Bending the knee once again, and then release that right foot to your mat. Just extend that right leg all the way out, flex through the foot. And then bend the right knee again and bring your right foot to your mat. And then we'll do all this on the other side. So bringing your strap to the ball of that left foot, finding the center of your strap so that it's even on both sides. Sliding your hands down. Give a nice flex into that left foot, toes towards you. Notice here also if the knee is kind of turned out and the toes are turned out. We want them aligned forward. And with each exhale, seeing if you're able to bring the leg in a little closer towards you. And let's take one more breath here. Bringing the straps together. Left hand comes up, excuse me, closer to the foot, holding onto both straps, letting the leg fall out to the left. Flexing through that foot, really press through the heel. And then slowly bringing that leg back up, switching hands and letting the left leg fall to the right. Flex through the foot. And bringing that leg back to center, bend the knee, release your strap, coming into half happy baby on this side. And extending that left leg out to the side while holding on to the outer edge of the foot or to the back of the calf. And bending that leg once again. Setting that foot to the mat. Extend your left leg all the way out. Stretch, flex through the foot. And then extend your right leg out as well, making our way into Shavasana. Giving lots of space for the legs here. So bring the feet to the corners of your mat. Let the feet fall out to the side. Let the legs, the hips open up. And placing your arms in a position that feels most inviting to you. And bringing your attention into the hamstrings. Notice what you're feeling here. And taking an intentional cleansing breath, sending your inhalation all the way down into the hamstrings, to the legs, and to the hips, filling it up. And with that breath, as though you are sweeping up anything that's been stuck or stagnant or just sticky in this area of the hamstrings and hips. And then as you take an open mouth cleansing exhale, you're just releasing all of that out. And then bringing some movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Let's bring the legs in together. Reach through the toes, reach through the fingers as you bring the arms back behind you. Lengthening stretch, big inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring the feet to your mat. Start bringing the arms down, and then we're going to hug the knees in, rocking side to side. And then rolling over to one side and making your way up into a seated pose. And resting the palms of the hands on your knees, rooting down through your sit bones, lengthen up nice and tall. Take a cleansing breath here. Taking a moment once again to just tune into your body's sensations. And then bringing the palms of the hands together, bowing our heads, closing our practice in gratitude for what our body does for us every day. Thanking your hamstrings, thanking your hips, your low back, and your entire body. Namaste. I hope this practice served your body, your hamstrings, your hips, and low back well. If you feel really good, let me know. Give this video a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, if you can do that, that would be amazing. And leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And then I look forward to practicing with you again soon.